Introducing Shop, Click, and Pick, the simplest way to support those doing good. We understand that shopping is a necessity, and with a slight adjustment, you can make a huge difference for those in need. Here's how it works. Visit communitypayitforward.us and navigate to the Find Your Partners tab. Discover our verified giving partners, trusted allies ready to meet your needs. Shop with any partner that resonates with you. Click a picture of your receipt or invoice. Pick a mission partner you wish to support and use their QR code.
Born into a real fight wasn't right. Where can she dream here? Took a hold of her.
Well, that was a little abrupt and a little interrupted on the shop, click, and pick spot. I guess I was trying to move something and it decided, hey, you know what? You want to play it. So we're going to go. So we went. We're going to go with that. We're going to say that it wasn't poor execution. It was fate. I don't know. We'll say fate. Why not? Hey, everybody. Zach Clayton, Community Pay It Forward, Community Dare to Care, and the pACT channels. Welcome to Community IMpACT. This is our second edition of Community IMpACT. And once again, we are taking Community IMpACT and we are blowing it up. We're doing some amazing things that I never really thought that we would do again. When I first started this company, I used to print with my little friend, the printer back here. We used to print out little booklets with, just ads for all of my partners and stuff inside of it. And I would take it around to the local bars and stuff like that, and we'd put them everywhere. Never thought I'd be doing anything like that again, but you know what? We're going to create the Community IMpACT digital magazine. But on top of the digital magazine, we're also going to have at the year end, actually like the new year begins, but at the beginning of the next year, we're going to have a coffee book with all the information in the quarterly magazines come out. So say a company wants to get their story told and purchase an ad and do everything. They're not only going to be in the digital magazine, they're also going to be at the beginning of the year coffee book table, which is going to just review everything. But here's the kicker, okay? And this is what Community Pay It Forward's all about. For the exact same price. There's no different price. There's no nothing. But you as a business owner, you not only get to talk about your business, you get an 8-page ad. You get you get to come on here to Community IMpACT podcast and talk about your company. Then you get all that information is going to go in the coffee book. On top of that, you choose a small to medium nonprofit that you love, that's in your heart, that speaks to you, charity, whatever it is. And they get the exact same thing at no cost. You will be their sponsor. So with the same price, we put 2 stories in the digital magazine, in the book, and they get to come onto the podcast at the same time. And it's all going to be thanks to you and your company. So you get to sponsor them. You get to really lift them. Because while money is needed for all nonprofits to survive, so is notice. They have to be noticed. If nobody knows they're out there, nobody can support them. And one of the worst things in the world for any business, I say this all the time, any business, any nonprofit, one of the worst things for any of us to hear is, I wish I would have known about you before ... happens. Let's come together, let's work together, and let's make sure that people know about you and the nonprofit or charity that you love. So this is Community IMpACT now. Pretty excited about it. A lot of work to do, but pretty excited about it. Ironically, this all came to fruition and we started thinking about all this. And at the same time, I met our guest for this evening. And when she got up and she gave her speech on what she did, I was immediately captivated, because it was something along the lines of what we like to do here, which is helping others. And then she told me her story. And I was like, well, I used adult words, let's put it that way. I was like, oh my God, but they were stronger words than that. And I knew that I wanted to get her on here because what she's done with her story is flat out amazing. She wants to make sure that you, your company, and your employees are safe, are comfortable, and love working for you while you're being compliant with state rules. I'd like to introduce everyone to my guest, to my friend from Deb McPhee Coaching, Deb McPhee. How are you doing?
Hi, thank you for inviting me on tonight.
Well, we had you on a couple weeks ago on Footprints Forward, but I really wanted to get you back on here because we really want to take and you and I are going to be announcing here in a little bit a special offer that we've got for people to come and just get their feet wet on what you do. But I really, really wanted to get your story and McPhee Coaching. I wanted to get that in front of people because what you're doing is so valuable, and the way that things are in the business world, and some of the uncomfortable things that happen in the business world. I think that what you do is very important for owners to say, hey, there is somebody we can talk to about this. There is a way that we can make sure that we protect ourselves, and we make sure that we create just an atmosphere of caring and support. So can you tell us a little bit? We're actually going to start with the good stuff here. Let's talk about McPhee Coaching.
Okay. Well, McPhee Coaching was born out of COVID, just as so many of us. I spent most of my life as a medical rep. And when COVID came, the reps were not allowed to go hospital to hospital or doctor's office to doctor's office because they said we were bringing the germs from one place to the next. So we were all home. And at the same time, I live in Chicago, so the state of Illinois mandated sexual harassment prevention training. So I called the Capitol and I said, what do I have to do this? I think I'm qualified. So it just so happens I was already a domestic violence advocate for 20 years. I was already a sexual assault crisis intervention person for 20 years. And I have a master's degree in business and corporate education. So when I explained all this to them, oh my God, everybody needs this and nobody's qualified to teach it. Right there, opened a company, and that's what I've been doing for a couple of years now. So your main purpose is one for the business themselves, and it's for the business owners to really protect themselves over all of this, because but it's also an education to people to hey, don't put yourself in a room with a person and shut the door and open yourself. Don't fall into that trap, right? First, yes. My company, it's my job. I'm an advocate for the business owner. It's my job to protect business owners, keep them out of court, keep them from being sued. I I do everything before the lawyers get involved. When I'm involved, there's usually not a lawyer involved. It never escalates. So that's the purpose of my company, what I get paid to do. Now there's also there's the women. I will never ever take money from a woman in crisis. Somebody calls me up and says, I'm trying to leave my abuser. Oh, give me $100, I'll help you. No, I can move somebody out in under 90 minutes. I've done it 4 times. I've moved women out of their house in under 90 minutes. So that's I do from my heart, my volunteer, my women help women, and we get stuff done. But my business and my money, my income comes from the business owners, because I have got programs with Salus Training Systems. I've got systems that we put in place within your office that prevent and reduce office drama. No drama, no lawyers.
Yep. Deb, I think that's one of the reasons why you and I really, when you were talking about helping women and getting them out of a situation in under 90 minutes, I think that's one of the reasons why you and I really struck a friendship there. I think that's a good part, because you said it. This isn't a thing where you go, you know what? We can get you out of your house in less than 90 minutes for $9.99 plus shipping and handling, and then you pay for the gas and all this other stuff. No, that's not what you say. You say, you know what? You got stuff going. Let's get you out. Let's go. Let's
right. And there's some ways to.
Yeah, and that's so important that you don't think about the money. You don't worry about the money. You think about the person. And that is so missing in a lot of things today.
Mm-hmm. Right. Thanksgiving morning, I was on the phone for 2 hours trying to find a bed at a women's shelter for this woman who was trying to get out with her baby before her, I don't think they were married, baby daddy started drinking, got drunk, and came. I said, he's coming back for you. He's going to get drunk and come back for you. So we're trying to get her out. And it's like, even my husband was saying, let's just go get her. I said, it's not that simple. You can't do that. So there's specific ways that the state mandates that you do things, and you follow protocol just to keep people safe.
What do you, let's just, this is something that I was just kind of thinking of, because you're right. I mean, one of the last things in the world you want to do is put yourself into a situation where you're dealing with a child and a paternal parent comes out and finds out that everything's gone, and they're going to come after you for kidnapping their child,
That's right.
For removing the child from the home. So, I mean, there is a lot of things that, we all have. Every once in a while, all of us have that superhero complex where we want to take and get in and get stuff done, move people out, but you really got to be careful about what you do. You don't want to step in anybody's rights, but you don't want them to be with an abuser also.
Right.
So, but what are some of the things that, say somebody's in your situation, Deb, and somebody hears about somebody in a bad situation and they want to help? What is the first thing they should do?
Well, if you're in any kind of crisis, you call the hotline. You call the 911 Women's Shelter hotline. They're going to help you more than I ever could. What women can do is rally, help you pack, help you hold a baby while somebody else packs. There's lots you can do as friends and neighbors. But there is protocol. So if you are in a real crisis and you think somebody is coming for you or has already abused you, you call the 911 shelter or the women's shelter, the local women's shelter.
Well, you and I, we should have talked about this off air, but I'm going to talk about it on air with you, because I think actually it'll take and help us as well. And this is a message to everyone out there as well. If you are ever in a situation where you're looking for a bed or you're looking for anything like that, we ask, please give us a call, because we can put we can throw our feelers out there and say, hey, we have community helpers on Facebook, and we've built that page to try to get it to where, people can go on there and say, hey, I'm in need of this. And it's a, no sales site. It's, if you have something, put it on there that, I have a dresser, I have a bed, it's in good shape. And, so please, if you ever if you're ever in need of something, let us know, and we'll also try to put that out there and help you out. But please, everybody, it's on Facebook. Just go to Community Helpers, and you can look it up and join the page. And if you have something to help, we always end the show by saying, if you have an extra hoodie, you're not wearing it no more, don't put it in a yard sale. Give it to somebody in the community who's dealing with the elements. This is kind of the same thing. You know, if you got an extra box of Cheerios, get it to a family who needs Cheerios. Don't just, throw it in the trash. So, Deb, what are some of the things that McPhee Coaching offers to the business themselves?
Okay, well, sexual harassment prevention training is now mandated in 8 states. Okay, there's also mandated reporter training in place, there's bias training and domestic violence training. I have about 6 classes that are kind of high volume that everybody needs. So I kind of have different levels of customers. Some business owners say, I've had the same 6 employees for 10 years. Okay, there's no drama in that office. Take your class, be compliant, call me if you need me. Other offices, let's say bigger companies, or a lot of my clients are doctors, and they have group practices where they have 6, 7, 12, 15 locations. So the owner can't possibly know every single employee other than that's the employee that works at that office. So you don't know. So that's where it's not like you have, I've got 5 employees, I eat lunch with them every day. I know them, they know me, and there's no drama. When you get to 50, 60, even 20 people, there's no way as business owner you can know all of your employees. You don't know if somebody, domestic violence is 1 in 3 women. So if you have a bunch of women at your office, you may have a few of them that are not having such a good time at home. Women that are suffering from domestic violence at home is fuck the productivity. You lose money. I don't know the exact number per year of what money is lost, but production money is lost if you have employees that are suffering from domestic violence at home. So it's important that you know that. If one of your employees has to have a restraining order against her husband or boyfriend, you should know that. I mean, this is when the crazy boyfriend walks in the front door and starts shooting everybody. So, and if you have a business where the door is unlocked, if you're open to the public, you're not going to lock your door, right? So these are things that you should know about. You can always call the police and say, hey, we got one of my employees has got a PO, protection order or restraining order on her boyfriend, and we're all going to leave at 5:15. Can you send a squad over? Most towns will send a squad over just to sit in front of your office, let everybody get in their car safely and go home, because if she's got a stalker, he's there waiting for her to leave work. So
some of the situations as a business owner that I think that it would be, and if I'm wrong about this, please correct me, but some of the situations I really think would be very important to get this, regardless on if it's mandated or not. But one would be if you have young employees, because as kids, we don't exactly know how to act like an adult. We're still kind of used to that, well, I pull the girl's hair because I like her, but she thinks I'm being mean to her and it's cute. Ha ha ha. They're still in that mode, and that's not acceptable. And also companies with a heavy turnover, because you're always introducing new people into new areas. Is that right?
That's correct. And this is also breeding a new type of criminal. There's a type of woman who's going to place herself in your business as an employee or a customer, and she's going to instigate inappropriate behavior. And as soon as it's reciprocated, boom, she's going to file, because she knows you're not going to go to court for 5 years. You're going to write a quick check for $20,000 to make it go away.
And this is where we were talking about the office thing. Don't shut yourself in an office alone with anyone. Forget just females. Don't shut yourself alone with anyone.
Cameras go everywhere. Camera in the lunchroom, in the hallway, the waiting room. In I have a lot of doctor's offices. So you want a camera in the waiting room, camera in all the ops. That gets a little tricky if it's a doctor's office and they have to take their clothes off, you got to get real creative with that. But the dental offices, dental hygienists file the most claims. They're alone in the room with the patient and get inappropriately touched the most. So for instance, you may have a young dental hygienist cleaning her teeth. Oh, patient Joe is coming in. I can't stand when he comes in. You know, he always accidentally, oops, sorry, accident. And then, so what happens is that she's either going to call in sick because she doesn't want to deal with him that day. So now you're down an employee, or she muddles through the appointment, puts up with the abuse. She's not going to tell the business owner because she doesn't want to cause trouble. She doesn't want to lose her job. But then she goes home and just fumes on it. And then she gets on Facebook, and we know all those angry Me Too ladies on Facebook, and then somebody's gonna give her the phone number for the EEOC, and she's gonna put a claim against the guy grabbing her butt. And then Tuesday morning, the doctor walks in and he's got a claim against him. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, doc. I didn't mean to. Right? But it's the business owner that burdens the financial. You know, you have to hire a lawyer. Now you have to go to court. There's 3 years of mess that you knew nothing about.
Yeah, and like you said, this is a situation where, you know, I mean, you're not going to be able to go to court for 5 years, not unless you're independently or very successful and wealthy. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, this is a situation you can protect yourself if somebody comes in and says, hey, we've got a report of going, here's the tape, going ahead, take a look at it, tell me what I did wrong.
Right. So you want to be the type of boss, first of all, that your employees are going to come to you with their problems. If they're afraid of you, or they think you're crabby or mean or whatever, they're not going to tell you. And then all of a sudden you have a claim against you because you own the business. The business owner, the umbrella, everything that happens to all the employees, all the patients, customers, and guests meaning the UPS man that happens to be in the building if something happens, okay, all falls under the owner's umbrella. The business owner is responsible for all of that. And a lot of them don't understand that. But,
there's a lot of transparency that has to happen with everyone when it comes to this, right? We'll take the shooting that happened, I believe, in Maine just recently, where a guy went to go look for his girlfriend, his recently estranged girlfriend, and he went to 2 different locations and started shooting people up. This is one of the reasons why you really need to make sure that you are clear with your boss so they can take these steps and protect not just you, but the people that you work with. I mean, nobody wants to take their drama into work and ruin everybody's day. You can get a hell of a lot worse than just ruining someone's day if you don't do this carefully, right?
Mm-hmm. I had one of my clients in Chicago. They were in a strip mall in Chicago, and you know, I said, everybody walk out together. The doctor thought he was doing a service. Everybody cleans up and waits in the waiting room, and they all walk out together. And he stands there and watches everybody get in the car. Okay, good boss, right? Well, they're all in the waiting room. I don't want to say her name. Where is she? A little 23-year-old assistant was in the alley dumping the garbage, and she was getting sexually assaulted in the alley, because sexual assault is very seldom random. You're being watched. So the guy that did it to her worked like 3 doors down, and he knew that she was in the alley dumping the garbage every day at 10 after 5. So he knew the opportunity was there. He knew she was out there alone. Right. So she didn't want to make a report, and that's her choice. But then, you know, like the girl's father went to fight with the doc. I mean, every day you woke up, it just got worse. So it's different layers and layers. So this guy thought he was doing a great job walking all of his employees to the car, but not realizing that the one employee was in the alley all by herself. So nobody ever empties garbage alone, not even if you're 2:00 in the afternoon. I don't care. One person stands at the door with the phone, the other one runs the bag over to the dumpster. That's how don't ever go in an alley alone. So
yeah, that's just a terrible story. It really is. Hey, I would like to take a real quick break right now, and I want to introduce everyone to my buddy. You guys hear me talking about him all the time. He's the gentleman who created my website, and he's ready to create yours. If you go to Mr. Z and you have him create your website, and you tell him, hey, I came from Community Pay It Forward, you can tell him that, you know what, I am in support of programs like other programs out there, like what Deb does, that is there to help other people. We've got what are called mission partners. You guys see all the mission partners all the time. Martyred Angels, Project Die Hard, Marie Barney Boston, all these. And all you have to do is you get your website done with Mr. Z, and you choose who you want money to go to. It's kind of funny. That's such an elegant, nice, and slow and peaceful, music on that. But then you come back to me. Deb, one of the things that you like doing, and one of the things that you've released, in which we will tag this form to this video as soon as we're done with it. So you'll be able to take and look at this video and download this video yourself. But you're looking for chances to become guest speakers.
Yes. I started this company in Chicago, and for the first year, it was just me running around Chicago, and I've quickly gained national popularity. So now I go all over the place. So if you do have an organization and you need somebody to speak about sexual harassment or violence at work, workplace violence, that would be great. Thank you.
Yeah. Now we need to get into the why.
Yeah.
And this is a horrible, horrible story. And I can never, every time that you tell this story, my heart hurts for you. But you built something great out of it. So why don't you go ahead and please tell us this story?
Okay. I was a young single mother. I was 32 years old with 3 kids under 10. And that's, so when you're a single mom, your life is all about your children. You get, children, this, that. Okay. So by the time I was 40, I got married for the second time. And I thought I waited enough time between marriages. I thought I picked a good partner, and I married a con man after money and children. So I lived with this man just literally a couple months, couple weeks, and he crossed the line with my 13-year-old daughter. So as a mother bear, you did whatever you needed to do to keep your children safe. You changed the locks, got to order protection, filed for divorce. I had him arrested, and check. So what we know now that we didn't know 20 years ago is that when abusers can no longer control you, that's when they come to kill you. 3 women a day in the United States are killed by intimate partner violence. So this man went into the west side of Chicago and hired 2 drug dealers to kill me. So I was kidnapped. I was with these men for 6 hours, and I escaped. And I stole their car keys, and I drove myself to the police. Because if there's any ladies watching, a knight in white shining armor is not coming to get you. You have to know how to get out of any situation you find yourself in. So I saw the car keys. I get a hold of the car keys, made a run for it, stole their car, drove myself to the police, walked in, literally, here's the keys to the car I just stole. Do you want to know what happened to me today? And the police didn't believe me. And that's very common with victims of domestic violence. The police don't believe you. They thought I made the whole thing up in retaliation to what he did with my daughter, because that was just, the week before. And we were in the police station. Everyone in town knew who I was. So I had to go into hiding. They said, oh, well, if you still want to go get him on Monday, we'll go get him. So I said, great. How do I keep my children alive over the weekend? So at that point, I had 2 kids in junior high and 1 kid downtown at Loyola University in Chicago. So we all had to go in hiding for the weekend. And then on Monday, they went and arrested him. So they kept him for 72 hours. And in that 72 hours, I moved. Me and the 2 younger kids moved, and the kid at Loyola moved. And then I had 3 cars. I had to sell 3 cars and buy 3 new cars. And it just like amazing. It's like, you did what in a day? That's what I did in a day. Yeah. So we moved 2 apartments and sold 3 cars and bought 3 new cars in 72 hours before he got out.
What happened when he got out?
Well, we were gone. He couldn't find us. But this is going back to the, like right now in Chicago, there's a catch and release program. So he would have gotten arrested and then right back out 2 hours later. So thank God he was there for 2 days. That gave me time to pack and move. So he got out. It took me 3 years to put him in jail. I mean, I lost my job. I was the Chicago Butler rep. I was just selling Butler toothbrushes to all the dentists. And so I lost my job, and it was like we were being hunted. I mean, you couldn't, I didn't leave the house for 5 months without my mom or my brother. And the only place I went was the doctor or court. So my mom and my brother had to come and pick me up and take me to court. So I didn't leave the house without a bodyguard. I had 2 teenage kids who were going crazy because, of course, they wanted to run the neighborhood and I wouldn't let them. So you put a damper on the lifestyle, but this is all what happens to the victim. I mean, I had the expense of moving. I had the expense of swapping out the cars, and I had a kid in college that was in a dorm that had to move into another dorm. So now the college was all involved. So many different layers of protection had to be put in place. So we finally got him in jail and all, but after that, the day after the kidnapping, I had to take a trauma test at the hospital, and I tested out at the highest category that human could be traumatized. That was my category. Okay, that's where we started from, that level of stress and trauma. So when we started the healing process, which of course was major therapy, and everybody wanted to give me pills. Oh, here's a prescription. I want talk therapy. I don't want to take any pills. So I did a lot of talk therapy, and my kids had to go to counseling. He went to jail for 10 years. We went to therapy for 10 years. I mean, it wasn't just over. So 20 years later, I still go to a chiropractor because I was restrained in the back seat with my head crooked. I can't even turn my head, with my head crooked sideways, that I still have to go get adjustments. So these are lifelong things that are going on for me because of one day 22 years ago. So that's the healing part of it. So when I was finished with therapy, first you go 7 days a week, then 6, 5, 4, 3, then you go check in once a month and all that. But then I started college, and then I became a domestic violence advocate and a sexual assault advocate, just to start helping other women that have been through something similar. But what I did after that, I was 40. This all happened when I was 41. When I was 49, I started college. I was a freshman at DePaul University when I was 49 years old. So I got my master's degree when I was 58. So that, you come full circle. A lot of people, when you're a victim of a violent crime, it's all poor me, I'm a victim. And then you wake up one day and say, I'm not a victim anymore, I'm a survivor. And a lot of people are comfortable staying there. But then there's the third level, transcendence. And these are the people that go back and teach and coach and train other people to make sure it doesn't happen to them. So basically my whole life now is teaching safety. I'm a certified safety trainer with the NRA, and that was a pretty heavy certification to get. So I'm heavily vetted, but everything I do is about keeping people safe in your personal life, safe in your professional life, workplace safety.
That's really one of those. You tell that story, and you're talking about, I when you said that they wanted to give you drugs, I mean, you were in a situation where that wasn't an option. You had to be loosened. You had somebody out there that wanted you dead.
Right. Mm-hmm.
That
it really
their
was
livelihood depended on you not being there. Your children's safety depended on you being there.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just it's an amazing story. It really is. So I wanted to bring back up the little booklet that we have here, because this talks about some of the courses that you offer. I was wondering if maybe you could go through and you could give us a little bit of explanation on each one of these courses.
Okay, well, the sexual harassment prevention training is pretty standard, and it's mandated in 8 states. And now what I'm finding is that people are calling me from non-mandated states saying, yeah, but I don't care that it's not mandated. I think it's important, and I want my employees to have it. So that is just basic kind of, and it really is. If you were raised with manners and common courtesy, if you can't say it to your mother, don't say it to a woman at work. That's what it boils down to. But that is like the do's and don'ts of how to act at work. The bystander intervention, that class is because if something is happening at work, when do you keep your mouth shut? When do you get involved? When is it your business? When is it not your business? Mandated reporter is for clinicians. If you're working with a child and you suspect trafficking or abuse or sexual abuse or physical abuse or anything, you are mandated to tell somebody. Okay, for minors, you are mandated to tell somebody. Now, I've got a lot of doctors who have abused adult women in their chair. And I'm like, well, then you ask. This is a safe place. You can always come here. We're going to help you. Do you want me to call somebody for you? Okay. So, and then the bias training, the bias training is new this year. And that's what everybody, you think, oh, well, I'm not racist, but everything has to do with the block you grew up, where you grew up. Sometimes you really think that you're okay, but some of the attitudes and things that you have from your childhood, you're not okay. So that's really just being inclusive and appreciating and working with everybody as they are, not because, oh, they look like this, so they should act like that. That's not always the case. And then the domestic violence awareness. What do you do if one of your employees comes in with a black eye? I mean, really, what do you do, right? Is it your business? Is it not your business? And you are never, as a business owner, you're never going to get the phone call, I have a black eye, I have to stay home for 3 days. Well, now as a business owner, you're down an employee for 3 days. You're going to be down production. So you're the one that's losing money because you have employees that are getting beat up at home and they're not coming in to work. Okay. And then when violence comes to work, that's everybody likes that class. That just describes the 4 different types of violence and what to do when trouble shows up at your door. And that is such an important class for business owners and supervisors, because when trouble comes in your front door at work, the top man there, the top boss or the highest ranking person is the one that has to call the shots and deal with it. So what do you do under these situations? And then custom presentations. I have 20 years experience. So whatever you need your group to hear, I can make a program for you. I just had a big company just called and asked me to write a class on human trafficking for them. So once I have that written, that'll be offered as well. It's not complete yet.
Well, these are great, and this isn't only a training that you do for businesses. You also help individuals themselves. Yes.
Yes, I'm a life coach. I'm a certified life coach. People certainly hire me to I'm stuck against the wall and I need to move forward, and I can work independently with people as well. in their personal lives as well as business lives. And I've got personal business coaching as well. And these are for offices that really just are a mess and they need a do-over. And we just really go in there and we go through everything. Sometimes we have to let people go and bring more people on, and it's a transition period. And I work with the business owner all through that.
You and I were talking about you're going to be starting up business coaching once a month. You want to tell us a little bit about that?
Okay, so all these classes are available once a month, and they're on set days, and I do it on like a Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday at different times. So, like some people, like we don't work on Wednesday. Okay, we'll take it on Friday. So a lot of the classes are at 4:00 in the afternoon. And what I suggest people do is like close your business an hour early, order your pizza, grab a laptop, and go in the lunchroom and just get the class done. Just. Mm-hmm.
And that was something about, let me go on ahead and bring this back up here. All of these, if you look at like the bystander intervention, this is 1 credit hour, right? That's what that is.
For the people in Illinois, they need. I'm certified to give. I'm licensed by the state of Illinois to give CE credits. If you're in Illinois, if you're in a different state and need CE credits, we work with other people. Like if I know somebody in that state, they can give the credits for you. So we work around that. So, but a lot of those, anybody that holds a license, the doctors, the nurses, the dentists, the hygienists, the lawyers, the insurance people, anybody that holds a license. Has different mandates state by state of what they need to renew their license.
Okay. And you and I have come together on this business coaching, the business coaching inner circle. And you've got a special offer for our community.
They're the community. If we'll tack on if you write what do we agree on? If you write community is the code word to get the free class when violence comes to work. So you can go on when violence comes to work and put in the code community, and you can take that class for free.
That's fantastic, and I love it. I appreciate that. I will. You and I will keep in contact, and I will be there when we do that because I really want to see that. We're just now building our this, and I actually have brought on a virtual assistant, but I finally brought somebody else on, and it looks like things are going to be getting going. And who knows, maybe someday I'll have like an actual employee here. That's kind of what we're working towards, but I mean, we are working to get there. Let's see. You have 2 types of customers. Why don't you let us know your 2 types of customers?
Okay, so the first customer, it's like, yeah, I've had the same 5 employees for 10 years, and there's no drama here. We don't, okay, fine. You don't need to pay for the whole coaching program. Pay for the class, get compliant with the state, and call me if you need me. Right. So, and then the other type of client is somebody that needs more hand-on. And actually the inner circle program, that's just like hiring me as an employee. I'm in every week. There's phone calls. I go to your meetings. I work with the staff. I do one-on-ones. I got a couple offices that have problem children, should I call them, that I make sure I'm Zooming with them one-on-one and checking in with them, text message, and how you doing today, and all that, just to keep them out of trouble. Because if they cause trouble, the business owner gets sued. So if you have a problem child on your team, I can babysit them.
Well, yeah. As much as we don't want to think that, the people that we're working with are problem children. Yeah, sometimes.
It's not so much that they're problem children, that they just sometimes don't understand the rules, and the rules are changed. See, every June we get a new generation of young women that enter the workforce, and each generation that enters the workforce is less tolerant of unacceptable behavior and more willing to file a claim.
Yeah,
these claims have skyrocketed since the Me Too movement a couple of years ago. Claims in the United States have been way up. So business owners have to say, oh, that's not going to happen to me. and think, what do I do? What, before every emergency, there's a chance to plan. What is your plan? What if this happens to you? And it's not usually, see, a lot of business owners says, oh, you're just going to help my team report me. No, my job is to protect the business owner. And the business owners usually behave because they're protecting their business. It's usually a customer or a patient that is bothering us, the young woman.
Well, a lot of times, and this is not saying for every man in the United States or in the world, okay, but a lot of times we don't want to go out there and do anything like that because we want to protect everyone around us. There are certain people in the United States that just don't give a damn, apparently, but there's a lot of times that the business owners will say, hey, look, I want to keep my nose as clean as possible. My company means everything to me. My family means something to me. And I mean, look, a misrepresented charge is just as damaging as an actual charge at times, because then you got to go through and you got to prove that, hey, I did nothing wrong. And if you do, like you said, and if you have cameras to where, you know what, people are going to look, it's hard to beat a camera where you're sitting there and they can see you didn't do nothing wrong. It's hard to beat that.
But the gossip is what's going to destroy your business. Once it hits social media of the group, of the town where you work, you're going to lose 40% of business overnight. It's going to take you 5 years to get that business back. So I tell my business owners, do you have 2 years worth of lawyer, 2 years worth of all the fines, plus 5 years of half pay put away? So nobody has that kind of, it's a lot. It just costs so much money to have a claim. And if it's a false claim, it doesn't matter. Once it hits the internet, you're still, why? Because every woman in the car, they're at the red light and they're looking at your building. Oh, good thing we don't go there. We're not going to shop there anymore. They don't treat the women. And 5 years later, you're still every time. So.
Yeah. And look, I like to think of it as the Johnny Dangerously, bird line. I don't know if you ever saw this, but it started out as one thing, and then by the time it got to the end of the line, it was something completely different, but there's, once something gets out there, you have no control of it. And so you need to make sure that you can try to control what is getting out there. And if you protect yourself, you've got a hell of a lot better chance than if it gets out there without you being able to say, hey, stop. We're not doing anything wrong here.
Put cameras anywhere, especially if you have a private office and you bring team members into your office. I was in an office with a man once. I'm looking around. I said, do you bring the young women in here and shut the door? Oh yeah. Like, no cameras. They don't need to record your audio. Nobody's going to listen to your phone calls, but just have the camera running in the background. People behave better when they see the cameras.
They know that they're not going to be able to get away with everything at that point in time.
And as a business owner, it's your job to protect. And if you ever have a young woman in your office come in and say, hey, this customer, this patient is a creep, I don't want to be near them, it's your job to have them switch places or do whatever you need to do. I don't care if you stand there yourself while they get the job done. It's your job as a business owner to protect your staff and make sure they have a safe environment to work.
And look, and as a business owner, that's just it. We want people to want to come and work for us. We don't want people to sit there and second guess. Well, I wanted to come and work for you, but I heard that you let this go on, and I'm not sure if I'm comfortable with that. So can you explain I'm going to say SALUS, SALUS training? What is that?
SALUS training. SALUS is Greek. We're the lawyers. We're the doctors out there. Get your Greek out. SALUS is a Greek word for safety. SALUS training systems, safety training systems. Everything I do is about how to stay safe. So SALUS training system is, the first company was Illinois Sexual Harassment Prevention Training. I had one town and one class. that lasted not even a year. So now the new company is Salus Training Systems. We have more classes. We offer more. We have got the coaching programs, and it's just a more, everything goes under the McPhee Coaching umbrella.
And just to let everybody know, Deb is doing some changes to her website. So if you ever get there and the website is not up and running, check back with her. But I mean, you can always, right. Once again, we're going to put her phone number up again. But I mean, if there's ever any time that you need to talk to her, you can always get a hold of her through us. I will definitely connect you because I really want to see this training get out there. I want to see this training get out more. I think one of the things that you really said that really struck a nerve with me is that, the Me Too movement, I'm not going to blame anything on the Me Too movement. It's just people change throughout time. What was okay, I couldn't imagine walking into a place right now and I was watching a show earlier that I loved 6 years ago, and he called someone a chick, and I'm like, no, that ain't gonna happen. I like my eyes not blackened.
Right. And when you said it was okay years ago, it was never okay. Women just were getting fired. I was fired I had a boss that didn't treat me well, and I went to HR and they fired me. Well, there's a law now that says you can't be fired for reporting sexual harassment. But years ago, that's what, women kept their mouth shut because they needed their jobs.
What do they do, Deb, if they suffer ramifications for turning a boss in? Where do they go? Because you know that you can't be fired for it, but boy, your life can be turned upside down because of it.
Yes. We had one woman who was instigating inappropriate behavior in the lunchroom. Everybody thought it was funny. Oh, ha, ha, ha. And then 2 weeks later, she started, the guy started with her, and there was a factory, and they started, teasing her, and she went right to HR. And so by the time I got there the next day, after the fact, to try to clean up the mess, they said, oh, well, 3 weeks ago, she did. I said, nobody reported her inappropriate behavior 3 weeks ago. In fact, you rather enjoyed it. She's reporting your inappropriate behavior. So the owner of the company had to fire the 3 men. Her job was safe, and he had to write a check to get her to shut up. So from the owner's point of view, he says, I'm down my 3 strongest factory workers going into Christmas. This one gets to keep her job while she leisurely does the minimum and looks for a new job elsewhere. And I had to write a check. So who lost that day? The business owner, because he had employees in a lunchroom that couldn't behave like adults.
Yeah, and guys, in sports talk, that's the person, the initial crime, you never get caught. It's the retaliation that you get caught. It's kind of one of those things right there. Right. So, Deb, first off, I want to thank you so much for coming back on. And we're going to announce as soon as the trainings start coming back online, as soon as we get those up. Once again, if you use, and give her a little bit of time to do this, but when you sign up, if you put the code word community in there, you're going to get a class for free. And that class is the office drama.
When violence comes to work.
When violence comes to work. You're going to get that one for absolutely free. So when you sign up, use the code word community, and you're going to get When Violence Comes to Work absolutely free, as just trying to get to know how serious this is, because this is not, this isn't a joke. This really isn't a joke. And I mean, this is something that we need to take care of.
And can I say one more thing? A lot of people say, we did our training online. We're done. When you do your training online, I really advocate for a live person to do the training, because you have to have a phone number for your employees to call somebody when something's wrong. Okay.
Yeah.
So we do it online and the slide comes up from the state. Got a problem? Call us right here. Well, you're just teaching your employees to call the state. And once the state knows there's a problem, they're going to come back and sue you. So you're teaching your employees how to sue you. You have to have a minute. Yeah, I do it like this. A lot of people have an OSHA person, especially the doctors and stuff. You got an OSHA person on speed dial in case you get a citation. Well, now you need somebody like me on speed dial in case something goes wrong. So when the first time somebody calls, walks into your office and says, "Hey, I don't like customer John," then you got to fix it. You got to fix it. And if you're too busy or not equipped or don't want to deal with it, let me wear that hat for you. I can just come in and make it go away. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Deb, again, I really want to thank you. And I want to, I just want to really say, I appreciate so much how you can come out and you can tell your story. And I love the fact that you went from being a victim to a survivor and you go past survivor. Okay. Because every once in a while well, I'm not a victim, I'm a survivor. Okay. But is that all you are? I mean, let's do more with it. I love that thought that there is a third step that you put into there. And that's, you become something stronger than a survivor because damn it, you're going to make sure this doesn't happen to everyone else around you.
This is a calling at this point of my life. This is like, I can't sit down. I can't stop. When I see these young women who are going on Tinder dates and they're meeting strangers at a bar and nobody knows where they are. I want to scream. It's like you're setting yourself up for disaster.
I think that's what you and I, that was something I mentioned to you the last time that we had you on there too, where and I'm going to say it again. I don't like cussing a lot on this show. Not that I don't cuss, it is what it is. But I mean, I feel like I've got to say it. Guys, stop putting yourself in stupid situations.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I didn't really cuss too much there, but it's just stop being so stupid and putting yourself in bad situations, I don't know. Well, I didn't know that this was going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
What were you expecting?
Before every emergency, there is a chance to plan. What is your plan? And I want to ask all the business owners, what is your plan if a crazy ex-boyfriend comes in with a gun and starts shooting people? What do you do?
Yeah. Hey, Deb, what about if a lady might just have a question and is maybe in a situation going, look, I really want to get out of this situation. What should I do? Who would you suggest they call?
Well, I have a women's only Facebook group, Women Supporting Women, Ask Deb. And a lot of things that happen in that group is that the young woman will ask a question and the older women will say, hey, wait a minute, we've seen this behavior before. And, here's what you might want to do. So anybody's always welcome to contact me. I'll help as much as I can.
And we will put that we will put that Facebook, we'll attach that to the description of this video as well. Mm-hmm. It's Facebook Women to Women Ask Deb.
Women supporting women Ask Deb. I think it's got like a cartoon of me sitting at the desk.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we will make sure that we attach that to this video as well. Deb, I want to thank you so much for your story. I want to thank you for your bravery, and I want to thank you for what you do. It's so important that look, this is a changing world. That's a good thing, and it's a scary thing because we don't know what's going to come next. But if we stay up on it, and if we just treat each other like we should, keyword there, keywords, if we just treat each other like people, we're going to be fine. But this is such a great thing. And it doesn't matter if you have, like she said, a shop of 5, a shop of 5,000. This is something that you should really make sure that you tell, you'd let your employees know, hey, look, we're not going to put up with this garbage. And hey, everyone, we want you to feel safe and comfortable being here. And this can be this can be trained right from your computer on a pizza dinner.
Right,
I almost
right.
repeat the date, but that would be the wrong thing to do.
My smallest volume customer is one doctor with 2 employees, and my largest volume is an association. I work with a lot of associations. So, an association with 2,000 members. So
You can,
anyway,
yeah, you can find her on LinkedIn at Deborah McPhee. Deborah McPhee on LinkedIn. If you need to get a hold of her, please let me know. Phone number, and please write this phone number down: 312-533-1994. 312-533-1994. All this information again is going to be at the bottom of the the video. Share this video with your boss. Share this video with your the people in your association, in your organization. Let's get this together. Let's make sure that people are getting the right information, because this is extremely important, not just for you, but it's for your employees and for everyone else around you. So, but Deb, do you have anything else that you would like to say to people?
yeah, I always tell people to store my phone number as Deb McPhee Sexual Harassment, all in the same line, because when crisis hits, oh, who was that lady on there? Then they forget my name, they forget their blah blah blah. But if you put a search in your phone, sexual harassment, my name will come up. So put the phone number in there right under and file it under sexual harassment. Because when you're in a crisis, you're not stopping to think, where's that video? What was her name? You just, it'll be in your phone.
That is going to be kind of a funny thing to do if you're on your first date with somebody and that's like the last number that you call. Imagine trying to explain that to them, you know.
Just the corporate educator. That's all.
I just wanted to make sure that everything's okay. So, Deb, thank you so very much. Once again, you use the code word community and you get the class for free. You know, when violence comes to work, that's something that's very, very prevalent. Just less than a year ago, there was an individual here in Colorado that worked at a drugstore who killed a coworker because she denied him. She went, she tried to make the right steps, but then she let money get in the way of her own safety, and she ended up paying for it, and she ended up losing her life. Another beautiful, beautiful person who lost her life because, you know, they didn't do things right, and it could have been prevented. Get a hold of Deb. Once again, you can call her at 312-533-1994, 312-533-1994, or email her, deb@mcpheecoaching.com. Thank you.
Thank you.
And we will, if you have any questions, please just get a hold of me. I'll make the introduction. So, but Debbie, thank you. And I will talk to you sometime tomorrow. Okay.
Okay. Fantastic. Great.
All right.
Thank you.
Yep. Goodbye.
Bye.
Again, that story is one of those stories that I've heard it a couple times now. And it's one of those stories when you think to yourself, oh my God, what the hell would have I done in that situation? Hopefully you never have to find out. Okay. But if you do, the one thing that she said before is that, you know what? You're in that situation. Don't lose your head in those situations. Focus on other things. Try to focus on your way out. I'm going to say this, and this is hard for me to say. While she was getting raped, she was looking around. She found the keys. That's how she got away. She was focused on finding a way out. And she got out. She got away. And now she's doing these wonderful, wonderful things with coaching. I think I love it. And I love her. I think what she's doing is fantastic. And I am extremely happy that she is trusting in with us, and She's partnering with us, and she's going to teach you guys what to do when violence comes to work. Hey, I'm going to play the video that I so abruptly cut off earlier, thanks to Mr. Sausage Kielbasa Fingers trying to press on a mouse and accidentally pressing it too hard. This is how you use the Community Pay It Forward program. And it's as simple as shop, click, and pick. Introducing Shop, Click, and Pick, the simplest way to support those doing good. We understand that shopping is a necessity, and with a slight adjustment, you can make a huge difference for those in need. Here's how it works. Visit communitypayitforward.us and navigate to the Find Your Partners tab. Discover our verified giving partners, trusted allies ready to meet your needs. Shop with any partner that resonates with you. Click a picture of your receipt or invoice. Pick a mission partner you wish to support and use their QR code to send a receipt to us. Then all you have to do is sit back and enjoy your purchase, knowing you've made a meaningful change for someone in need. Community Pay It Forward amplifies your business's impact by sharing your story with those who require your services, rallying support for those who need us all. Because no one needs to go it alone when we all come together. Hey, I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit longer. I want to talk to you about community impact. And I want to say hi to Mr. Kurt Roskoff, because, he is kind of the one who figured out community impact name. I'll give the guy the credit there, I guess. Now, he also figured out whacked, but we don't do that no more, just because it's just weird. Yeah, like I'm worried about doing weird things. Anyway, community impact has changed. Community impact has grown. Okay. Community impact is not only just a podcast. We are creating a digital magazine. It will be coming out every 3 months. As luck would have it, that means it's only going to come out 2 times this year. So things are going to be a little bit different this year. Okay. But companies, for a fee of $400, which I know that sounds like a lot, but for a fee of $400, you're going to be in the digital magazine, Community Impact. This digital magazine is going to be free for people to look at. We want people to see it. So we're going to make sure that it gets out to as many people as we can. We want to make sure that everyone sees it. We want people to know who you are. With that $400, we're also going to bring you right here onto this platform, the Community Impact Podcast. We're going to have you come on here. We're going to talk about the story. If you have any questions out there after reading an article, you can talk to the person themselves and you can let them know, hey, look, I had this question about what you said in the article, and you can learn a little bit more about them. You also get an 8-page ad in this same digital magazine. Okay. Now, but that's not all. I wanted to do the big commercial voice there for a second. One of the other things that we're doing is at the end of the year, we're going to put together a coffee table book that's going to have every article. And this is going to be an in-your-hand book that's going to have every article about every business that is in our digital magazine. It's going to be in there. And it's going to be a nationwide book. So no matter where you're at, this is letting people know. Why is this important? There's this thing called travel. Deb told you She's from Chicago. I met her in Denver. We travel. Isn't it a good thing for people to know that, hey, you know what? I'm a restaurant here and I appreciate your business. Well, of course it is. You always want people to know that, you appreciate their business. I can't remember anybody. Well, actually I can. I've been to a lot of establishments where they walk in and they go, oh God, Dairy Queen, especially, I walk in and they bring in people who are on vacation. They're like, hey, the fat guy's back. We need you to come in. Sorry. I don't care if you're in Tahiti. You got to come in. This guy's going to eat us out of house and home. But this is something that you are going to be able to put in your lobbies, wherever, and people are going to see your article, what you talked about. Now, here's what makes Community IMpACT special. Think of the name, Community IMpACT. Everything that we just said you get, the digital magazine article, well, they don't get the ad, but the digital magazine article, the interview here on Community IMpACT, and the article in the coffee table book. You get to choose the nonprofit of your choice. You choose. They've got to be a smaller or a medium nonprofit. It can't be one of the big guys, okay? It's got to be a smaller or medium nonprofit. They get those exact same things at no cost. There's no additional charge to you. Your article or their article is where your ad is going to appear. It's going to say, hey, we're the company who proudly brings you this nonprofit. This is a way that you get a chance to do something that is so vitally important to your company and to the nonprofit. You get to sit there and tell people, this is a company I can't understand why everybody doesn't know about it. Why people don't know about it. But you need to know that they're there. Well, you get to do it now. You get to say, hey, look at this. We were able to introduce these people. We were able to introduce this wonderful organization. And it's just a way for us to be able to take and help you help others. One of the organizations, let me try this again in English because, that's apparently the language I speak. One of the organizations that we're really trying to make a push for right now, folks, because they're in dire need. The Shop, Click, and Pick right now, you could help this organization by simply shopping with any of our partners and helping them out. Use this QR code up in the corner. This is a school in Africa. Okay. Yes. And I know that turns some people off, but like I said last week, this is important. I don't care if it's Africa or down your block. When it involves children, we need to support them. All children are important. We've always said, shop for two of the things that you need. Shop for one in your neighborhood and shop for one for these other lovely kids. Happy Gardens Community School. Lydia came to me and introduced me to her program. And she's going to tell you in this little 5-minute video about how she started this school and why she started this school and some of the troubles that they're in. Folks, they're about ready to be evicted and they need your help. And we're not asking you to donate money to us so we can send money to them. We're asking you to shop with our partners. That's all we're doing. We're not asking for you to send us money. If you want to send them money, go to Happy Gardens Community School and donate directly to them. Our goal is for you to use the QR code that you see up in the corner shop with our partner and give us the receipt. That's all we're asking you to do. And if you do that, you get to support these lovely, and I do mean lovely kids. It is a little hard to understand them. There is a language difference. Please bear with me on this. This is about a 5-minute video, and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to shut down the show. But I want to really show you what goes on here. And we really need to try to help Lydia and help these wonderful kids.
Yes, my name's Lydia Aburonyango. I'm the founder of Happy Gardens Community School. I started this school in 2021 as a daycare in my home. And when I was growing up, I went through the challenge of education. My mother died when I was 5 years, and nobody could take me to school. I took myself to school from class 2 to class 8, and it was also by the help of well-wishers and donors. I remember when I finished my class 8, I was not able to go to high school. And through Nairobi Christian Church, I was among the first beneficiaries for Chance for Africa that I went through my teaching college. This made me to have this vision to start a school to help these needy children, orphans and vulnerable in my community. Say one spoon, many spoons. What are these? Spoons. One spoon and many spoons. Yes. I also have the lids here. Okay. One lid, many lids. Yes, you can say one lid or 2 lids. I'm really grateful that through the help of donors and well-wishers, I was able to go through my college and identify this need in my community. Right now, I have 81 children who are supporting educationally and also with feeding program. I really appreciate the well-wishers, partners like Faith Community Pathways. I know that you joining and coming in to work with us, to support us, it really makes a difference. I know that when you provided for us breakfast, it really encouraged us, and the children were very excited. Even those who comes to school late, around 8 or 8:30, today they came very early looking forward for that cup of tea and a piece of bread. I'm really grateful for your support, Faith Community Pathways, and also welcome anybody who is willing to come and partner with us, provide us even for lunch or a cup of tea. It will really go a long way to support these children. So at this time, I want to really thank you so much, Faith Community Pathways. I pray that we may continue to work together, may continue to support our program, because some of these children, they come, they don't even have books, use even papers to give them right on. Some don't have an uniform, some don't have school fees, school shoes, and all these. If we can do it together, if we can work together, then sky will only not be the limit, but will be at a better place, because they are the future of tomorrow. So thank you so much. I'm really grateful, and I pray that we can also visit our school, can also come and teach them, because for me, teaching is a call. It's more than a profession to me. I have a heart for kids, and serving them makes my joy complete. Thank you once again. God bless you, and together we can do it. Remember, feed a child, feed a community. Thank you.
It's still so funny when every time I watch that commercial, it kind of gets me a little verklempt, if you will. And that's because there at the end, when you see the 3 polar bears in the back seat, he brought me those when I was when I took and I had my leg incident and I detached my ankle from my foot, which wasn't comfortable. And so Steve actually brought me those because, he knows I like polar bears. So, hey, everybody. Like I said, Happy Gardens Community School. Look, they do wonderful, wonderful things with kids who you saw the smile on their face when they got a couple pieces of bread and something to drink that, let's be honest, it wasn't going to hurt them. They live in a different place than we do. And I know that the fight back on a lot of this is going to be, well, we've got kids of our own. You're right, we do. But no child should be left. None. Said it a million times, and I'll say it a million times and one now. I love my kids. Yours, not so much. But every child deserves a chance. Every child deserves a chance, and we should do everything that we can to help every kid we can help. Hey, I want to one more time thank you, Deb. Once again, use the code word community when you go and you apply, and you get the training when violence comes to work. You get it for free. She's giving us that gift. You can reach out to her at deb@McPheeCoaching.com, deb@McPheeCoaching.com, or 312-533-1994, 312-533-1994. Always visit her at McPheeCoaching.com. The booklet that we were showing earlier is going to be in the description of this video starting tomorrow morning. Hey, everybody, that is it for this week on Community Impact. I want to thank you all so very much for joining me. If you would like to talk about what you're doing that's making an impact on your community, whether you're a small business, whether you're a nonprofit, or whether you're just trying to get some stuff together and you need a little bit of help, you need a little, you want people to know about it. The little QR code here in the corner over the beautiful fish tank, my little fishes, you scan that QR code and you can become a guest. We really, really want to make sure that you are as successful as you can be. Simply scan that code, fill out the form, and I will get you on as soon as we can, possibly next week. We'll see. I don't even know what I've got set up for next week. So, hey, everybody, my name is Zach. I am the founder and president of Community Pay It Forward, Community Dare to Care, and these wonderful pACT channels. I want to thank you so very much. And please remember, if you're not helping someone, you're hurting everyone. No one needs to go it alone when we all come together. Please, please remember to take care of somebody out there, because look, we're all we got, okay? If you've got that hoodie, make sure you put it in your car. Give it to somebody who's struggling with the elements. Make a little bit too much food, throw it in the old hillbilly Tupperware in an old empty butter bowl. Zap it in the microwave and take it to somebody. And look, we all know where they are. Somebody who's struggling with needing food. Give it to them. Not everything is money. Just remember that. Not everything is money. Something that you no longer have use for can be something that really helps someone else. So just remember that. Make sure that you think about what you're doing. Please love somebody out there, because somebody out here loves you. I will see you on Monday when we celebrate 1 year. I can't believe that. It's already 1 year of Footprints Forward. So I will see you then. Until then, if you have any questions, please reach out to me at communitypayitforward.us. Again, that's communitypayitforward.us. And I'll see you on Monday. Bye now.
Show me the way. You wanna hold the heart. Sunset Boulevard. Bring me here, 'cause it's not quite clear to be apart. Sunset Boulevard.